dynamism, and the incredible strength of our local economy, which is thanks, of course, in large part to the diversity of talents, backgrounds, and perspectives that we get to have right here in the city of Austin. Some of you may have seen some news coverage recently about this interesting index score that some people have developed. And this is a score that talks about, depending on where you are in the United States, what community you live in, what is the probability that any given person you meet is from a different racial or ethnic background than you. It's a scale on from basically 1 to 100. It's basically just a percentage chance. So if you have a scale score of, say, 30, that means there's a 30% chance that the person any given person you meet in that community is going to be someone from a different background. Well, Austin was actually cited as an example by this index study, and in a lot of the articles that covered this, from USA Today to NBC, that stated that we were an example of where the rest of America is headed. That our score here, I believe it was a 45. Right? So there's almost an even chance that any person a given person you meet is going to be from a different racial or ethnic background. And they said that the rest of this country is probably going to hit that score probably by sometime in 2030. And Austin, of course, is only increasing in that score, and it's not, it's believed that we're going to hit something like 65 around the time that the rest of this country is hitting 45 on average. That really shows you, of course, the diversity of the city, but it also tells us that in order for us to continue to grow, to continue to prosper, and to continue to be a strong city, that we have to embrace that diversity, that we have to understand how to utilize that and leverage that to make lives of everybody in our community, no matter the background, better. AREAA Austin is a great example of that effort. And it's a great example of people coming together to help guide Austin towards that future. We have to ensure that the successes that have occurred in the city remain accessible to everyone. And we all know, of course, that one of the biggest challenges coming up in terms of that goal is the affordability of Austin. We also understand that the ability for people to own a home, to be able to put down roots in a community, is also essential to making sure that they're integrated, that they feel a sense of belonging, and that they have a stake in the future of this community. This housing fair is an example of coming together to embrace the diversity, to address the issues of affordability, and to ensure that everybody who's coming to this city, everybody who seeks to make a life here, has the opportunity to really be part of that Austin dream. So, thanks to all of you who have come here to make that possible, to offer your services, to offer your support for the people who are trying to pursue that dream, people who are seeking to be able to establish and put down those roots, and to be able to afford their first home, and to be able to understand that process so that they can feel in control of that process, and so that, of course, they don't feel taken advantage of. We know, of course, that when you're a newcomer to any place, particularly if you add the challenges of language and culture, that it can be very easy to be taken advantage of. It can be very easy to be exploited. And those experiences can certainly sour anyone on any community. And so, most of all, what I think this represents, this gathering, is not just the willingness and the eagerness to support these people, to support folks in their dream to own a home, to be part of a community, but also because of the integrity, the ethics that everybody here brings to their job. The fact that we understand that our job is to make sure that our clients, whether we're realtors, whether we're attorneys, whether we're lenders, whether we're title companies, we want to make sure that they feel confident in this process. And that means that our duty is to always think of them first and to think of their best interests. That's what AREAA represents. Those are the values that it contains. And it's been my honor to be able to be involved with them from the very beginning. At the very first AREAA banquet that kicked off the founding of the chapter here in Austin, I had the opportunity to give a presentation to talk about some of these trends that I've been alluding to in this talk. One of them, of course, we already know, the exploding diversity, among which, of course, is the rapid growth of the Asian American community, the fastest growing ethnic community here in Austin and in the United States itself. In addition to that, we also know that there are other trends that are going to impact not just the Asian American community, but everybody. One of them, of course, is the aging population, the silver tsunami that sometimes is referred to by the media and by politicians. This means that there's going to be a great demand for senior housing, and of course in the Asian American community, where respect for our seniors and our elders is of the utmost importance, and ensuring that they can spend their retirement years in the best possible conditions and have the best possible quality of life, this is going to be a major trend as well. So I hope that today you'll get a chance to maybe talk with some of the community members about some of these issues. Not just about ownership of homes for new and young families, but about what their parents need, what their grandparents need, what kinds of needs that the rest of their families might have in terms of housing. And that those things also need support and also need the counseling and the advice of great qualified professionals like yourselves. And if you're somebody who's here to learn about how to own a home or to start that process or start thinking about establishing that dream here, I hope you'll have the chance to speak with as many people as possible, get a lot of different perspectives. Because diversity is not just about race or ethnicity or background or national origin, it's also about diversity of ideas and perspective. And of course, the more you have exposure to, the more opportunities you have to learn, to grow, and to get the best possible outcome for yourself and your family. There's a lot of people here. Please get to know them, talk to each other. Part of this process is supporting each other. And whether that's businesses and professionals referring business to each other, ensuring that it's collective success of your entire industry, which makes all of us stronger. It's also about making sure that people who are trying to go through this process of homeownership know that there are other people who are going through the same experience as them. This is what a housing fair does. It's not just people standing behind the table talking at somebody in front of the table. It's us coming together, sitting next to each other, hand in hand, working together towards the goals that we all share, whether we're professionals, whether we're home buyers, whether we're people hoping and looking and saving to buy that first home. So, I hope today goes fantastically. I hope everyone here has an incredible experience and comes away with this with new friendships, new relationships, and new knowledge. This is that opportunity. This is that symbol of the coming together of Austin. And this is exactly the example that we need to set for how we as a city can move together and continue to march forward and continue to be one of the greatest places to live in the United States, and in my personal humble opinion, in this entire planet. And so, when I first came here in 2006, I knew that this was a place I wanted to settle down and where I wanted to put down roots. I've had the opportunity to own my home, and that I know has made a dramatic difference in how I perceive my responsibilities as a citizen. So, for all of you here who are looking to purchase a home or to help someone purchase a home, know that you're not just helping somebody get shelter over their heads, putting a roof over their heads. What you're doing is helping to build stronger citizens, stronger neighborhoods, stronger communities, and a stronger Austin. Thank you so much.
What a great message that is. Thank you, Mr. Ramey. My name is April Denise Belcher.